Nanzito says anytime touchdown for Najee and GP.
Ooh, I like that. I like that, especially for this week, man. We know number one, both of those guys treat the Georgia Dome like it's their crib, or excuse me, in this case, the Falcons home like it's their crib, the Mercedes Benz Dome. All right, but yeah, either way, man, both of them dudes got to touch paint. GP, this is the weird part for me. I low key feel like Najee has like I don't know. I just feel like he's definitely going to get it. GP, it's either going to be an explosive or I think it's going to be a struggle because I do like their secondary a little bit. We'll talk about it obviously later on, but that's my only one. I'm just like, oh, but Naj, I'm like, yo, Naj's getting in the end zone, bro. Naj's going to touch this paint.
My only concern for Najee is just based off what I saw from our run game in preseason. Like whenever he's out there, if
Yeah,
the O line can't block,
yeah, it can get bad.
if the O line's blocking like Cliff the Dark Knight was saying, we're getting 200 yards, then yeah, obviously Najee's going to score. But
Najee
based off
still following
preseason,
people and jumping on people. He go for 200, man.
when Najee's out there, typically that tips the hand a little bit that we're going to run.
Yeah,
And then if we have another like an additional tight end or two out there, it's like okay, defense is playing the run here. We just gotta execute. We just gotta block really good and open up the
yeah.
lanes for not like there's nothing wrong with it whenever you're actually gaining yards and executing the play really well. But that's my one concern for Najee. If the O line isn't up to snuff right away with some of these injuries and the inconsistent play that we saw in the preseason, then we might have to get more like let Russ cook version of him in Seattle versus like the
Let him
early days.
cook.
Seriously, like if we're just running into brick walls like we were in the preseason, we might just have to drop back and let Russ sling it.
Hey, man.
That's my only concern. But I think obviously we're gonna want to run the ball, but it's
Yeah,
just that if it's not looking pretty, we might just have to ditch the playbook and let Russ cook.
nah. I do feel confident in Russ's ability to do that. My only concern with that is just the protection part of it, man. You know, we know
That's true too.
we got to make sure we got that part squared away before we start dropping back, 30 plus times, man, and let Russ cook. Because, yeah, the statistics do reflect that Russ or Justin Fields past couple years have been the most sacked quarterbacks, man. We get that. So I'm like, yeah, let's not add to that on top of this protection situation already being a little bit up and down. You know what I mean?
I'm just picturing the scenario though. You tell me what you're thinking. If you're
Yeah.
going up against this on defense, we're in the red zone. We're at like the 10.
Mm-hmm.
We got like two or three tight ends out there. Najee's out there. It's like
Base,
we
base.
know exactly what we're doing. So like,
Get ready to stop the run. Give me Sam.
is that
Fire
how we
zone.
score a touchdown? You know what I mean? I think it's more likely that it's maybe Jalen Warren. It's a little bit more spread out. We catch the
Yeah.
defense off guard as opposed to now. Listen, man, if we're blocking good and everything, then this is the Titans offense from a few years back with
Right.
Derrick Henry. Like you just can't even stop it, which
Mm-hmm.
I hope we can do. I'm just basing it off how this O line looked in preseason. I'm like, are we built for that right now? Like
Right. Cause.
everyone in the stadium knows we're running. You ain't gonna
Mm-hmm.
be able to stop it. I just don't know if we're there yet. I think in December, like late in the season, we'll get there because we have been getting there the last like two,
This
three
is true.
years.
Yeah.
But I'm just wondering.
Well,
I
because I
hope
think
so.
of
I really
that.
hope so.
So I agree with you. I think of that. I also think of the Isaac Seumalo element as well. I mean, with him in the unit, I
Yeah, yeah,
think
yeah.
very differently about our ability to push guys and win in the trenches, short yardage situations. Him out of the lineup. Now I'm
How long's he
looking
out for?
probably a month. That's what I was seeing.
Oh man,
Yeah,
yeah,
just with
yeah.
the pec part. So yeah, so it's like, you deal with that, and we'll see what he looks like when he does return. But now instead of it just being a young player or a rookie at center, now it's young player at center, young player at left guard, young player at right tackle, potentially younger player at left tackle. You know what I mean? At some point, if Dan Moore is removed from the starting lineup, that's only I'm just like, yeah, give it some time to gel, man. That's gonna need some time because whenever you start talking about young players being out there, just from the experiences, man, it's hard to just rely on those guys each and every week giving you this, this, this. It's usually they getting good, 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 have a little bit of stuff, a little bit of drop off, good, 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 a little bit of a drop off, good, good, good. So instead of it being linear, we got to kind of deal with that up and down progression with it. It's fun, but in the trenches, we know, man, bad plays from them, quarterbacks getting hit or running backs getting hit in the backfield. So that's just what we have to just be a little bit more aware of. But you know, it's gonna be interesting, man. It'll be interesting.
I think if I had to pick between those two, I think I would lean Pickens.
Yeah. Okay.
I think I'd pick Warren over Najee too,
Ooh.
with all due respect. Maybe even Cordell Patterson.
Jeez. So
Booth.
when I think of all those guys, I think they'll have better opportunities, better matchups. I just think when we get into them trenches, those goal lines, I think that it's gonna be the give it to Najee show.
I agree with you. It's just,
And
are we going to be
that's
able to
where I'm
do
like,
it? Are we going to be
I
able to?
mean,
I hope so.
it's
I hope so.
hard to tackle Naj, man. If we talk about can my man get 2 to 3 yards, I'm like, yo, Naj will give you that. I feel like just him just downhill, you hit him, he's gonna fall forward for 1.5 yards, man. So that's why I'm thinking like, yo, he'll have to get in. I think for GP, it's he's gonna hit a bomb on somebody, and that bomb is
I'll give
either
you
for
that.
the
If
touchdown.
we get down to like the one or the two,
Yeah.
obviously, yeah.
Yeah.
Najee has the best chance, but man, I think at every other point up till that, I don't know.
Oh, man.
I think it's free reign for any of the other players out there.
Nah. So like I said, it'll be interesting. Today's episode is brought to you by DraftKings Sportsbook, only the top-rated sportsbooking app in all of North America. I mean, we know safe, secure, and the most important thing, just like the homie Deke, reliable, baby. You gotta be reliable, all right? And we got something exciting this year. So usually, we had the OG promo code for the OG listeners. Y'all know what that was, but the new one, oh, you starting it up with that $5 deposit, right? But you getting 250 in bonus bets along with, Deke, you're going to like this one, 1 month of NFL plus premium on the squad, man. Shout out to DraftKings, all right? Shout out to DraftKings. This is a simple concept. The promo code is MOATS. You download the app, put the promo code in, initial $5. Then from there, you're receiving 250 in bonus bets that you might use for anytime touchdowns. We know the games are going on this week, so we're going to be excited about it. But you also can get a chance to lock in and follow your squad, man, with 1 month of that free NFL plus premium, man. So shout out to the homies over at DraftKings. And I also know at times, just like myself, you can run out of control, all right? And the moment gets a little bit too big for you. Well, when that happens, you got to look into your resources, okay? Sometimes you might have a gambling problem, need some help. For those that live in New York, you know it's the number that you can call. But for everybody else, the digits to dial are 1-800-GAMBLER. I said 1-800-GAMBLER.